On this episode of Our American Republic, we are going to discuss taxation as a means of funding constitutional government. As previously noted, Montesquieu and John Locke were influential philosophers often referenced by the founders. In his book Spirit of Laws, Montesquieu begins the chapter of the public revenues with the following statement. The public revenues are a portion that each subject gives of his property in order to secure or enjoy the remainder. And Locke states in his second treatise of government, if any one shall claim a power to lay and levy taxes on the people, without such consent of the people, he thereby invades the fundamental law of property and subverts the end of government. Let's talk more about the thoughts the philosophers had on taxation. Governments have levied taxes on their subjects in the form of labor, property, or money for thousands of years, and taxes have been used to fund the ambitions of tyrants for as long as there have been taxes. When Montesquieu compared good and bad governments, he found that taxes were best designed to serve all the people, not just the government. He believed that taxes levied to serve or benefit only government officials would cause a taxed people to avoid any work or activity where the tax burden removed the personal benefits that the people would otherwise receive from their own personal labors. These observations reinforced Locke's belief that such taxes which benefited government, but not the people themselves, ultimately subverted the entire purpose for which people would consent to be governed. So how did the founders apply these principles in our Constitution? The founders were done being taxed without consent by royals for the purposes of those royals. They believed that citizens should uphold the social contract by giving part of their personal property to enable their government to protect their individual liberties. So they worked to ensure that future taxes would be levied only with the consent of, and the benefit to, all people, not just the government. Echoing the sentiments of the philosophers, Alexander Hamilton and James Madison wrote that taxes from the federal government should be raised only via laws drafted by the legislative branch in conjunction with state legislatures, and that states should raise the remainder of their required revenues themselves. These taxes would apply equally to all people in a method that did not discriminate against any individuals or groups. Laws would govern taxation, and taxation would benefit all citizens and protect their liberties. In a government under such laws, taxes are still a painful necessity. The founders aimed to have them raised thoughtfully, proportionately, and consensually in a government structured and limited to protect our rights and liberties for generations to come. How is taxation applied in the United States? How could taxation be used to protect civil liberties for all? What methods of taxation best preserve our liberty and our property?